Free to Succeed, Season 2, Raid Shadow Legends. We're back at it again. Edition. I apparently forgot how to make my coffee. Edition, because that sucks. And yeah, let's get back to it. Edition, I reckon. We have a lot of non-raid stuff to talk about. I guess we'll get into later in the episode. Obviously, we're not keeping up with the fusion. We were very, very, very busy for the last several days. I got home 2 days ago and got a good night's sleep. And then yesterday, I did a lot of like behind the scenes stuff. There's some big stuff happening next week. For anybody that likes it when I stream, you are going to really enjoy next week. And for anybody that's been wanting me to play Elden Ring, you're really going to enjoy next week. And for anybody that likes it when Darth and I do anything together, you're really going to enjoy next week. So head over and follow me on twitch.tv/JGigs if that interests you. But yeah, I was just working on setting a lot of stuff up for that and resting a little bit because it's been a whirlwind of a week. It was a whirlwind of 5 or 6 days. Awesome time, but exhausting. So yeah, we didn't keep up with the fusion, which we kind of decided we weren't going to do anyway. Literally couldn't have done it if I wanted to, though. So we're just kind of getting back to maintaining the account. I did get a Sacred last night from Clan Boss, which is pretty dope. It's a good little welcome back present. And we got to climb back up in Arena a little bit. We decayed just a little bit, but we'll get back there. It's not a big deal. So yeah, ready to get back to it. Kind of get my bearings again, figure out where we are and what we're working on. I don't really, I mean, obviously, I guess Arena, we're still sorting out Arena teams and stuff, working on 3v3, and then trying to push through Doom Tower. This rotation on hard, I'm having trouble getting through her. I had a team that worked really well on normal. I think it was this one. I know it's named Dark Fae, but sometimes I make a second team with the same name to experiment. This is what I was running. On normal, they just sweep right through this. On hard, not so much. So we have to figure out a solution to that problem. And then we've got a summon pool going. What's in the summon pool? I haven't looked at this yet. Of course, it's a 25 and we have 20. I don't know if I would want to summon on this one anyway. Because I've got Blazar. I don't know anything about these two. I like Ignatius, but I don't know what I would do with him right now. I've got Gruckus. I've got 2 Uragrims. I've got several of these. I mean, Ugo would be dope, but like the odds are not great. So I don't know. We'll probably just let that pass. I'll just sit on my 20, I think. And then perhaps at a later pool that's better, we'll hop off a little bit. So I reckon Faction Wars, we could start specifically focusing on Faction Wars. Look at orcs. What do we got going on in here for orcs? We don't have a lot of support in the way of heals, so that could be tricky. Oh, I'll tell you one adjustment I made to my Clan Boss team that might be helpful for anybody that's struggling to hit the damage threshold. I do have a key. I believe the only adjustment I made was for Wix. I think I had a preset here. I don't remember how I set it up. It's been a minute, but if you just make him look like this, because he only needs to use this once, right? He just needs to get these buffs up and then they start getting extended. So if you make him open with this and then stop using it, he's going to use his A2 a lot more, which means he's going to pump out a lot more damage. So my damage went from like, 110, 115, 120 to like 170, 180. So he does significantly more damage over the course of the fight if you just make that adjustment. Everybody has probably figured that out by now, but just in case, do that too. And if you have multiple versions of the team, just do it on both of them. And it'll be much, much easier to hit the damage thresholds. If you've got block debuffs, right? If you don't have to worry about the stun, I think if you have to worry about the stun, you might need him to throw up intercept. So maybe that only applies if you've got a block debuffs in the mix, but either way, there you go. So, yeah. So I was gone because I went to LA with Darth. Path of Exile 2 was throwing in a testing event for the couch co-op on Path of Exile 2. So that's what I went to the States to do specifically. I'm probably going to do a video on my other channel, my channel that's just called Gigs, talking in depth about the experience and the game and all of that. I got to chop through some footage and stuff. But if you're interested in that, then that other channel is where you'll find that video. I'll give you a brief rundown though. That when you hear couch co-op for an ARPG, when I heard that, I was like, oh, this is going to be pretty clunky. It not only is it pretty early in development, but it's probably going to be clunky because it's an ARPG and it's couch co-op. Like that's going to be really interesting to see how that works. I kind of think ARPGs are tough to make work smoothly on console. You know, on keyboard, you've just got so many buttons and with the mouse movement, it's just kind of a PC type thing ordinarily. Man, they have figured some stuff out. It was so good. Again, to be so early in the build, and just conceptually you can see what it's going to be like, but it already played so smooth. It's not split screen. You're both on the same screen. And they've just done a really good job of like integrating that into a console thing. It's going to be a really solid couch co-op game, aside from already being Path of Exile 2 and being an awesome game. We were really impressed. So again, I'll do another video that goes more in depth, show some gameplay footage, talk a little bit more about everything. But it was it's going to be really good, dude. I'm really excited about it now. So I'm sure it'll still be a while before it comes out, but yeah, pretty cool. And then of course, finally getting to meet Darth was awesome. You know, Darth and I have been friends for I think about 5 years now. We've been friends, not just like known each other, but actually friends. So it was really cool to finally get to meet him and we hung out for a few days. And you know, there's always a little bit of a risk when you meet someone that you know online that they're not going to be like you imagine them, or like they are online. But Darth is exactly who you think he is. It was dope, man. It was a really good time. Got to meet a lot of other really cool people, some other really cool content creators. The whole experience was really, really cool, man. It was a really cool thing to get to do. So cool to see kind of behind the scenes of one of these events, how much effort goes into setting it up. They had a whole conference room like rented out and in this hotel, and they had, I mean, probably, I want to say 60 TVs, 60 setups. So it was a TV, a big TV on a table with a little 2-seater couch in front of it, and then a PS5, and then you each had a controller and a headset, right? And it was like, I think it was rows of 3, and then there were 2 columns of that. So there's like a middle walkway. So just these long rows of TVs and couches set up for people to like station up and play. They served food, and it's pretty cool. They had Darth and I come over and shoot some footage for what we think is like a commercial, which is pretty dope. Yeah, it was neat, man. It was really neat. The whole thing was really cool. Got to briefly meet the director of development for the game. It was sick. It was sick, man. So yeah, if you're a Path of Exile fan, Path of Exile 2, because I like Path of Exile. I think it's a fantastic game. I've probably got 200 hours in it, so I'm still very new to it. Path of Exile 2 has me stoked. It's going to be so much fun, dude. So of course we have to wait and see like how the end game is going to develop. There's still a lot of stuff that remains to be seen, but like it's going to be really good. It was already really good. Summon 10 champions from shards. Fine, I can do that. I think we've got a 2x void coming, like very soon. And we have 25 voids, I realized. Those have just kind of piled up on us. So this could be pretty interesting. This could be a pretty interesting weekend for the account. I think it's going to happen tonight for me, right? I think. But what is it? It's a 2x and something else, right? Is it a 2x and a 10x? Doubling your chance. Yep, so 2x. And then Incensa? Incensa? I don't know how to say that. Grail Bearer from Void Shards. Who is that? I have no idea who that is. I'm going to guess Knight's Rev. No. Grail Bearer. Well, we're just going to have to start up here and work our way down because I have no idea where a Grail Bearer might be. Undead, maybe? I don't think it's a Barb. I don't think it's an Ogren. I don't think it's a Lizard. I don't think it's a Skinwalker. I don't think it's an Orc. Could be a Demon. Could be Undead. I don't think it's a Dark Elf. Not Knight's Rev, we looked there. Is it a Dwarf? No. Dude, who is it? Who is this? Don't know her. Am I... Is it not a legendary? Oh, cool. Last faction. She looks dope. Accuracy in all battles by 70. She's a support. What do we got? AoE, attack down. The ally with the highest crit damage also joins the attack. Joins to attack the enemy with the lowest HP. The ally joining the attack will use their default skill. Team up on an A1. Poison Cloud. Really? Speed buff and 2 continuous heal buffs on a target ally. Is she the first champ that gets to place Poison Cloud? On a 3 turn. Huh. AoE, defense down and weaken. Will ignore block debuffs on a 3 turn. Wow, dude. Increases this champion's accuracy by 10 for each buff on the enemy. Whenever an enemy receives a buff, their turn meter is decreased by 10%. Man, she's dope. She's really cool, dude. She would be really cool to have on the account. All right. I reckon we might summon. I reckon we might pop voids. 25 voids on the free-to-play. That'll be... Trying to think if I ever did a void summon session bigger than that on the old free to succeed. 25 voids on a free to play is pretty substantial. I reckon we'll go for it. Why not? It'd be really dope to get her. She's really cool. All right. Well, I guess I could throw in a brutal key. I think I've already got in my Ultra Nightmare. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, we do way more damage on Affinity. I suspect due to counterattacks, because I think on Affinity he hits twice, on Void he hits once, right? We do way less damage on Void, but we still one key it. And then on Nightmare, it was already on Affinity when we hit it. We did 177. So let's do... No, I didn't do that. Do a brutal key real quick. Can we hit 200 milli? Can we hit that 200 milli piece? 176. I mean, more than enough. Guess we need to try to sort out higher level Hydra stuff too. We could start hitting... If we could start getting Hydra class chests That would be dope. We have to do 35 million though. That's a lot. 1.9 billion. Oh, that's total. That's the total. Okay. We didn't do bad though. Or are not doing bad, I guess I should say. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and get out of here for today. The next video, I think, unless I talk myself out of it for some reason, between now and when the 2x voids happens, I anticipate we'll be popping our voids. Again, maybe I'll come up with a reason not to, but I think that's the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It's good to be back. Hope everybody had a good week. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.